Selling the OC Season 3 just wrapped. A few people have asked me to cover it on my channel, and since I started the series a while ago and fell off, I figured I'd start from Season 1 and work my way through the franchise. I am so happy I'm finally getting around to not only catching up on Selling the OC, but bringing it to my channel and covering it and making it a staple on my channel. As some of you know, I am an avid viewer of the OG, Selling Sunset. I'm also an avid viewer of House Hunters, so I like shows like this. And I'm also an LA native, so I know these cities. Of course, the drama is the cherry on top, or in this case, I guess it's the orange slice on top. I think it only makes sense for me to start off by talking about Alex Hall, Queen Bee of The Office, or at least that's what it seems like from Season 1. So far, overall, I like Alex Hall. I think she's a badass single mom. I do see some bully and some pettiness in her, definitely, when it comes to her comments about Rose and, of course, this Kayla and Tyler situation. Now, in regards to Rose, Alex Hall seemed to be upset that Rose was awkward around her, but was able to somehow thrive with door knocking. And I guess she thought that it was fake.
Girl, I don't understand how you can sit here and be so fucking awkward with me, and we're friends.
You're not friends.
And then you go to a door and you get a $20 million listing? How?
Now, I'm not saying that this is the case with Rose, but some people have anxiety and are able to push through it as needed. And I know that because that's the type of person that I am. I actually used to have social anxiety that was so bad that I had to go to therapy for it. And one of the main reasons that I went to therapy for it is because it was impacting my career because of my inability to build relationships and make connections at work, because I felt so much anxiety and I was so awkward. So I don't really know if I buy or like the implication that if somebody's awkward with you, they can't do their job well. Maybe they worked really hard at being able to do their job well. As for that Kayla and Tyler situation, Alex Hall is petty contender number 1. At that beach get-together, when Alex Hall had her arms all up on Tyler and, you know, looking very lovey-dovey, and they were talking about him being naked or whatever that conversation was, Alex was like, I bet Kayla would like to see you naked. And Tyler was like, I bet she would.
Y'all just want to see me naked. This is bullshit.
But I don't care. But I will not.
What do you think about
So Alex Hall played into that. She instigated that situation. And then when Kayla acted on it, she wanted to act like she was all surprised and she was pissed off that she would actually take that step when she was the main one instigating it. Maybe not specifically with Kayla, but she definitely was kind of playing into it with Tyler. Like, how messy is that? Now, the timing for that entire situation was unfortunate because Kayla had brought Alex on to help her with her first listing, and she needed that help badly. You know, one thing that I've always hated about the old group in their offices is the fact that they have this open floor plan. So every conversation that you have is being overheard by the entire office. And as somebody with social anxiety, that is my literal worst nightmare. Watching Kayla make that first call to that client was giving me so much secondhand embarrassment and secondhand anxiety too. And I felt for her because that was the very first time she had to have a conversation like that. And like I said, it's in front of everybody. The entire office can hear you and they're waiting for you to fuck up. If somebody don't like you in that office, they're waiting for you to mess up. And mess up she did. She couldn't figure out what the words were. She didn't know how to say it.
Kind of, you would pay back. But, Doug?
Yep.
It's Alex. Fuck. So
now Alex Hall was rude in the way that she kind of snatched the phone for her, but I see why. She felt like the deal was slipping away for her. She was losing the client, whatever that was. And Kayla already wasn't confident in her abilities, which is normal when you're just starting at something. So I'm not bashing her for it, but you could tell when she made that call that she wasn't comfortable. When she was trying to decide how to stage the house, she was uncomfortable. And people in the office can see that. So she needs to get it together. Maybe she did, because this was 2 years ago. But truth be told, that was the least of her worries. Because that little crush that she had on Tyler turned into full-on flirtation, allegedly. I don't know the full situation, and like with a lot of these reality TV shows, we will probably never know exactly what happened that night with Tyler. But from what we were shown, it sounds like Kayla crossed the line. For some reason, they were harping on this whole thing. She ran to Rose and Jarvis with this information and tried to come buddy-buddy with them, basically. I don't know if she ran to them or walked over to them in her heels, but she did go to them because in that moment she was banished from the bigger clique.
most of the agents are giving me the time of day right now. So, you know, Rose and Jarvis invited me to see their property on Dolphin Terrace.
But you know what? Alex Squared made a good point. That's what I'm calling Alexandra Rose and Alexandra Jarvis, Alex Squared. Holly got butt naked at that beach and skinny dipped in front of all of the married men. That's not exactly hitting on them, but it's not exactly not hitting on them. It also wasn't appropriate for Polly to be all on Tyler's lap on that boat ride. And Polly is single AF with no kids. So I think it's especially bizarre for her to be doing it, even if we're gonna give Alex Hall a pass. We're gonna give her a Hall pass. Tyler is also very close with Alex Hall, and they both have said that it's nothing but platonic, regardless of what it looks like to us. They like it, I love it. What is the tea on Gio's wife, Tiffany, and Alex Hall? I know that it's gonna get exposed later because I know that there's tea there. I just haven't found out yet. I will say, I don't think that Alex Hall snubbed her at all. I didn't even see his wife go in for a hug. So I don't know what she was talking about. It was a perceived snub. Gotta give it to Alex on this one. Is the snub in the room with us? Whether that was left off of the episode or it actually didn't happen, I guess we'll never know. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'm gonna find out later. I'm just saying from what my 2 eyes saw, wasn't on there. Off top though, Gio seems to have that exact uppity, stuck up, OC attitude.
I drive an orange Porsche. It's my homage towards Orange County. Austin's a little green. Otherwise, he'd know it'd be a little tacky to have an open house for a $28 million listing.
I guess he has a legacy to live up to because apparently his mom is some type of real estate tycoon. I just know that he's a silver spooner. I mean, you can look at him and tell. Something so random though that Gio said, kind of just in passing.
This is her bathroom and this is my bathroom.
Oh my gosh. So what's the secret to a happy marriage? separate bathrooms?
I've said this before. Me and my husband have separate bathrooms and I don't ever see myself going back. It truly cuts down on so many arguments when your toothbrush is over here and mine is over here in a whole other bathroom. Y'all already know I'm rooting for everybody black, so of course I love Brandi. And I want to see her win, especially selling real estate in Orange County. Now the OC is not LA. As an LA native, I have to put that disclaimer. It's really its own entity and its own bubble, and truth be told, where a lot of prejudice and uppity white people live. Flat out, that's what it is. I mean, Alex Hall said it herself.
Gio's always a little snooty. Everybody that's born in Newport is born with a silver spoon in their mouth.
Of course, I'm not saying that everybody from the OC is like that, but that is the reputation that the OC has. Uppity, prejudice, some people are racist. But I once dated a guy who was from the OC, and he wasn't racist, but he was a spoiled brat, and that is a part of the reason why we're not together right now. But yeah, some of the people that you would find in the OC are the type of people you would also find outside on Purge Night. They're the type of people who would be participating in the silent auction and Get Out, if y'all picking up what I'm putting down. I want to see her make it in a city where people might not even like her for the color of her skin. Unlike an OC native, she gets it. People like her don't often sell houses like this or have the opportunity to make money like this. All that said, Brandi is also messy. She was talking shit about Rose, and Rose walked up and sis kept on talking.
I felt a way about you, Alex, at first because you always were defending Rose. And I would be like, I'm sitting here telling you about how ridiculous she is and you're always defending her. I didn't see her ass. She was behind you.
She was going in on this girl as she was standing there the whole time. Her and Polly are also very petty for being mad at the fact that Jarvis used to be a lawyer and speaks a certain way.
The little attorney talk, like, and these are embellishments that are being said.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
Go back to court if you enjoy this language so much.
Damn, a girl can't have an extensive vocabulary? On a side note, who is Lauren? I see her having lunch with Brandi pretty often, and it looks like she works in the office, but she's also not really a part of anything, so I don't really know. Maybe she comes in later in the franchise. Much like Brandi wasn't born into this lifestyle, neither was Alexandra Rose. She mentioned the fact that both of her parents were drug addicts and she grew up kind of in a broken home. Statistically, she shouldn't be selling houses in OC either. I will always have a soft spot for people like Brandi, people like Rose, who do kind of come from a more traumatic childhood background due to my own childhood. Statistically, I should not have gone to college. Statistically, I shouldn't even graduated high school, let alone got a college degree. So I always have a soft spot for people who have made it through those things, because it's not easy. And I want to see people like that make it more than I want to see a trust fund kid have it handed to them. And that's just the way I see it. So I like Rose. They are implying, actually some of them are flat out saying that she slept her way to the top, or at least that she has slept her way to some listings. I think I'm starting to feel for her in that sense too, because remember the LA office said the same thing about Chrishell. Oh, you only making it because you dated or you are dating Jason. But Jason has dated half of the LA office, so I don't really know if that argument stands up. But yeah, implying that girl in the office has slept her way to the top is something that I've seen women who work at the O Group do before, whether that's the LA office or the OC office. I definitely hollered when she told Polly that she wanted to see her beautiful eyes. Polly was so shook from the compliment that she almost forgot that she hated her for a second.
I want to see your beautiful eyes.
Okay. No, you do have beautiful eyes, and it's genuine. Okay.
Like, I think she almost said thank you. As for Jarvis, Is she the villain? Because I feel like she's gonna be the villain. Finally, Austin. I'm very interested to see what happens with Austin in the office. Because he said,
When I'm with my wife or when I'm with, other people, obviously there's a line you don't cross, but I like a good time. I like to have a few drinks, dance, stay out late. Yeah, all of the above.
now there's nothing inherently wrong with that. I'm the same way. But there's something about the way that he said it that doesn't sit right with me. And then he followed it up with this.
I'll be fine, you're home. Pretty good at it.
Also, his wife doesn't seem okay with it. I think he likes to keep his work life and fun life / office life separate from his wife. Which is fine if she's fine with it. When they were talking on the beach, she didn't seem okay with it at all.
When you're going out to work things, you can bring me.
We have to coordinate. Everything's always last minute and we have to get a babysitter. I wanted you there. Just no one brought any of their significant others,
I don't think anyone would care if I was there.
So I'm just interested to see how all of that unfolds. I mentioned that I started watching Selling Sunset for the houses. I'm genuinely interested in the real estate, because although I can't afford anything more than a 1,200 square foot apartment, I genuinely love looking at real estate and I love looking at houses like this, as I'm sure a lot of us do. Very first episode, very first house, immaculate. They said they only wanted B clients and the B stood for a billionaire. I see a $1 million house and I'm like, that person must be rich. I need y'all to really understand, I can't even imagine, articulate, fathom 106 million. That number does not anywhere exist in my life, so it's hard for me to even imagine how much money that is. Tell you one thing, I'm about to sign up to be a landscaper or a housekeeper or something just to be near this house. It is beautiful. And then they had the bedroom with the ceiling that opened up. Say less. Where do I apply? Also, the house with the pen collection looked absolutely beautiful at night. The thing I will say about those beach houses though, and I'm just a mere commoner, so feel free to ignore me, but one strong earthquake turned tsunami and it's over. But gorgeous nonetheless. We talked about the walk-in closets with the island in the middle being my dream closet. That's my closet right now. I'm not really walking in it. This is my first time ever on my channel covering a full season in one video, so I hope that this format is okay. I figured because the season was so old that it wouldn't make sense to split it up into batches, so I decided to do it this way instead. I hope that that all works for you. I will be back next week to discuss season 2, and until then, I'll see you next time. Bye. But it was a lot of pauses. Bed, I'm so tired. Guys, we're done. Are these gonna be a thing, the whole thing? I am playing this game on hard. Already taking my melatonin. I'm still gonna record this. Ooh, don't say K's. Don't say 3 K's in a row, girl. You say in a row. See, it's that OC. It's that OC. But hand to the 160 million. I don't. I moved and I just wanted to see what this was gonna look like on camera. Roll from sitting in this computer chair and roll right on into my bed as soon as I'm done. I really do have like an announcer voice.
My hands shaking like I need it. I don't know why you got me sinking so low.